Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Crocheters Creed, and today we are going to be making a fall guy. It's a cute little game that you can get on the PlayStation that I like playing with my friends a lot, so it's a quick little tutorial, really easy. So the colors that you want, you can use whatever colors you want to use for this project. Their fall guys have a array of colors, but for this one I'm going to use lavender yarn, but you can use any yarn of your choosing, and that's for the body. You will also need white yarn and black yarn, white for the face and black for the little eyes. Now, I would use the black for the eyes if you don't have the little buttons for the eyes. But since I do, and if you have these on hand, um, I'm going to be using just eyes, these little clip-on eyes that you can get. I think I got this from like, might have been Timu, but I'm going to use these, but I'm also going to show you how to make another version with it crocheting. You will also need your 3mm hook. You will need your 2mm hook. You'll also need a stitch marker, your scissors, and I would recommend a glue gun, but for those who don't, of course, you'll have your yarn needle, and I'm pretty sure that is it. And of course, you'll need your pillow stuffing. So let's get started. All right, now you're going to take your 3mm hook and your yarn. I'm choosing lavender, whatever color you choose. Excuse me. And you're going to make a magic circle. Now, into that magic circle, you are going to put 8. Girl, get off my yarn. Stop. Stop. You're going to do 8 single crochet into that magic circle. So we're going to do 8. Miney, stop. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're going to pull that through. So I'm trying to keep my cat from messing with my yarn. And you're going to want to single crochet in that first stitch that you did there. And you're going to add your stitch marker. All right, so now for rows 1 through 8, you are going to, what the row that you are on tells you the number of single crochets that you're going to need in that pattern as you go around it. So I've explained this before. I'm going to need to back up. Stop. So for row 1, you're going to go into that next stitch and do an increase, a single crochet increase. And that next stitch, you're going to do 1 single crochet. And that next stitch, you're going to do an increase, and you're going to repeat this pattern all the way around. So for row 1, the pattern for row 1, like I just showed you, the pattern for row 1, she keeps messing with the hold on. Oh, I have mercy. Move. I'm gonna have to keep it up here. Sorry about that. Just have to string it over there. I'm sorry. For row 1, that would increase. This is your pattern all the way around. Is a increase, single crochet increase, and one single crochet, and that's your pattern. So you're going to continue this pattern all the way around for row 1. So whatever row that you're on should tell you the pattern that you should be doing for that row. So that was an increase. Now I got back here and I'm at a single crochet. What I like to do is I'd never put an increase in my stitch with the stitch marker. I always do a single crochet and move my stitch marker. Now that was row 1. For row 2, you're going to go into that next stitch and do an increase. Go into that next stitch and do an increase. And in the next 2 stitches, you're going to do 1 single crochet. So 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So that's 1, go into the next stitch, that's 2. And then in the next stitch after that, you're going to go back in and you're going to do another increase. And you're going to repeat this pattern all the way around for row 2. So, for example, if you're on row 5, you're going to know that you start out always with an increase, and you're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches. And you're going to repeat whatever row you were on tells you the pattern of single crochet to increase you're supposed to do in that row. So again, this is row 2. I've already done my 2 single crochets. And then you just go back and you do an increase. This is 1, 2, 1, 2, another increase, 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 1, 2, and then of course, like I said, I always do a single crochet in that stitch with the stitch marker. So you're going to continue this, like I said, for each row. You are going to do, the row that you are on should tell you the amount of the pattern that you will be doing for that row as far as single crochets. So like I said, if you're on row 7, you're going to do an increase, 1 single crochet in the next 7 stitches, increase, and so on and so forth. And you're going to do these corresponding rows until you get to and finish row 8. All right, so I finished my 8 rows, and this is what it looks like. Now for rows 9 through 12, you are going to just single crochet in every stitch around for rows 9 through 12. All right, so I finished my rows 9 through 12, and this is what it's forming into. So for row 13, in the pattern, it's going to say decrease, 1 single crochet, decrease in the beginning and end of the row. And that bit, so remember, a decrease takes up 2 stitches. So in the first stitch, you're going to do a decrease. You're going to go into that stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, go into that next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3. And that's your first decrease. Now you're going to single crochet into that next stitch. Now in that next stitch again, you're going to do a decrease. And that's what I mean by, so you did that tiny little pattern, decrease, single crochet, decrease in the beginning of the row. Now you're just going to go through and single crochet in between. Now I'm going to tell you how many stitches you're going to need to leave out before you get back to your stitch marker, because a decrease of course takes up 2 stitches, and then you have that 1 single crochet, which is 3, and then you have the other decrease, which is 2 more. So you have to leave out a certain number of stitches to be able to do that, to do your ending. So single crochet, single crochet, single crochet. Where was that when you found me? When you went to heaven, back just upon peace. Alright, let's see. We're almost nearing the end. Alright, let's see. So you're going to need 2 stitches open, 1 stitch, 2 stitch. So you'll need a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches open. So 1, 2, that's a decrease, 1, 1, 2. Okay, so you're gonna want to leave 5 stitches open, or 5 stitches still available. So you're gonna go back into that next stitch and do your first decrease. And that next stitch, you're just gonna do a single crochet. And in that last stitch, you're going to do your last decrease. And then you're going to single crochet into that stitch marker. Now that was row 13. Now for row 14 through 16, you are just going to single crochet in every stitch around for rows 14 through 16. All right. Now for row 17, you're just going, dang, baby, you're shaking the camera.
Oh, I'm sorry.
P5.
I didn't mean it.
It's okay. Sheesh. I'm sorry. All right, so for row 17, you are just going to decrease and single crochet and repeat that pattern all the way around. So you always want to start with a decrease, which of course, remember, it takes up 2 stitches. And I'll come back and show you what I end with. But remember, you're just decreasing and single crocheting all the way around for row 17. All right, if you hear anything in the background, my kitty's trying to catch a fly. But I am back to the end, and why is it not focused? There we go. I'm back to the end, and I'm ending on a single crochet. So of course I can't go and do the decrease because the stitch marker is there. So if you end on a decrease, that's fine. If you end on a single crochet, just single crochet into that stitch with the stitch marker. All right, and this is what it's starting to form. Now I would go ahead and start trying to stuff it now, because now we're sort of making the neck and the very top of the head. So it's going to get tighter as you go. So all right, and for rows 18, I did rows 18 through 28. Now you can make this smaller. If you decide to stop and you like the length of your head, you could stop at any time. You can make it even longer or make it even shorter, because there are some fall guys that have really long heads and then other ones that have shorter heads. So it's completely up to you. I did rows 18 through 28. Now, let me notate that because I misspoke the first time. But after that, before I continue, I do want to say that for those who have the buttons to put on the eyes to make it easier for you, I want to join the face early before we finish the body. But in order to do that, I have to show you guys how to make the tiny face. So before I do that, you're going to want, for those who are who have the eyes, I want you to I want you to continue on with the video with me here. But for those who don't have the eyes and need to sew on their eyes or glue on their eyes later on in the video, just continue with your rows. But this is only for people who have the buttons. And then of course you can rewind and it'll show you, I'll still show how to make the face. So to make the face, you're going to need your white yarn and your 2mm hook. Oh my gosh, does not want to. Ugh. Okay, now for the face, you're going to take your white yarn and your 2mm hook. Is it because that's there? Maybe if I sit. Give me one moment. Okay, so you're going to take your white yarn and your 2mm hook, and you are going to do another magic circle. All right, and into that magic circle again, you are going to put 8 single crochet. So that's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I apologize for the blurriness. I'm gonna have to figure out how to go into my settings and keep my camera focused, because this is ridiculous. All right, so you're gonna go into that first stitch that you did. I don't know if you can see it, but you're gonna go into that stitch and you're going to do a single crochet. Now you're gonna add your stitch marker again. Where did I put mine? I have to get another one. I also think I got these from Temu too. Like, it's a good deal for this amount, because I always used to lose my stitch markers. So add your stitch marker, and for rows 1 through 3, like we sort of did with the body, you're going to do your pattern based on the corresponding rows of what you're on. So for row 1, you're going to go into that first stitch and do a single crochet increase. In that next stitch, you're going to do a single crochet. And then in the next stitch, you're going to do an increase, and you're going to repeat that pattern all the way around for row 1. Now for row 2, of course, you're going to, again, your pattern should be, because you're on row 2, your pattern should be an increase, 1 single crochet, and the next 2 stitches, increase, 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches for that pattern, that round. And then of course for row 3, you're going to start with an increase, do 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and repeat that pattern all the way around. Now, I got back to my increase, but if you, say for instance, you ended on a single crochet, you always want, no matter what you end on, you always want to go into that stitch with the stitch marker and do a single crochet. So continue that. Like I said, rows 1 through 3, you're going to do the corresponding rows, and I'll be back to show you the entire face. All right. So now that I've got to the end of my row 3, this is what it's going to form into. And you just want, I slip stitch at the end of row 3 just to line it up more, and chain 1 and yarn off. And this is your face. Now I'm going to make a second one, of course, because this is going to be it. I'm also going to use my the eyes, but I will, like I said, be showing you how to make it if you don't have the buttons. But I'm using, for those who have these, I believe the ones that I'm using are the nose ones, if I can find them. These, I believe these are like the noses, but I'm using them as the eyes. And I will say, because with the 2mm hook, it's a lot to just push them in the hole. Oh, that was creepy. It's a lot just to push them in the holes, but you're gonna have to, I use my stitch marker to sort of pry the stitches open just to get it. But this is what it looks like. And then, because I'm gonna get my body, and this is I'm on my row 28. I stuffed it a little bit, but not that much, because that can still be stuffed a little bit more. But you're going to want to find the front of the body that you want. You're going to find what you want to make the front of the body. So let's see. I don't know which one I want to make to be the front. I don't know if I like the way. Actually, I need to stuff the rest of mine. Give me one moment. I need to stuff it a little bit tighter. Alright, I stuffed it a little bit more. So let me move all this stuff out the way. Alright, so you're going to want to take your eyes, and I want this to be the front of my thing. So you want to sort of press it in to the stitches before you close your head, because I feel like it would make it easier to join than the way that I was going to do it. Now this is going to take a little bit of time to do, but there. And you're going to want it to attach it before you finish off the head. And again, they all should come with these little things. I hope I have ones big enough for it, but these close them. Is that too big? Why is that not fitting? All right, now after you secured them to your head, you can just go in and glue around it to completely secure the face. But now we can continue on finishing up the head. And then you can also continue to stuff it too now that it's secured. So I almost ran out of the ones to fit them. I had to dig in my little thing. But I'll move that out the way now. For going back to the pattern now, I stopped on row 28. But like I said, you can continue to single crochet you can continue to single crochet for however long or short you want your head to be. Now, after that, you are just going to, oh, I didn't get that in there. You're just going to want to decrease and single crochet in every stitch around until the close of your head. Now, I have, in the written pattern, I have, oh, why is it doing this? Whatever row that you ended on, you will just continue from here, decreasing and single crocheting. Now, at this point, I do recommend you continue to stuffing it, but you can really move your stitch marker because it's really pointless, but you just want to continue to decrease and single crochet in every stitch around until the close of your head. And I will come back and show you what mine looks like and what I ended on. But you're just going to want to do that all the way around until your head closes how you want it to. So I'm going to finish my rows and then show you what it looks like, and then we can move on to the arms and the legs. All right, so I've gotten to the top of my head, and what I did was I slip stitch into the next stitch after because you don't want to keep doing it because it'll eventually start to crumble. When you get to the area that you feel like you can't do any more decreasing and single crocheting, you're just going to want to go into that next stitch, and slip stitch. And then you can sew up the rest of the little hole that it's made. Single slip stitch and chain one. And you don't need that long of a chain, long of a tail, because it's pretty much, done with. So now you've got your head. Now I would take this time now to get your glue gun hot and glue in the rest of this. Okay, just go ahead and glue this part in, and then we can move on to the arms and the legs. And for those who don't have the buttons, I haven't forgot, I'm going to show you how to make your eyes, but get your glue gun hot or sew that in, and then we're going to move on. I'm going to start with the arms first. All right. Now to make the arms, you're going to get your 3mm hook, and you make your magic circle again. And you're going to put again 8 single crochet into that magic circle. So that's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're going to pull that. Oh my gosh, why does it keep doing this? And you're going to pull it closed and single crochet into that first stitch that you did, like we have been doing. You're going to add your stitch marker again. And in row 1, you're just going to go into that next stitch and do a single crochet. If I can get in the next stitch, I'm going to go into that next stitch and do a single crochet increase. And then in that next stitch, you're going to do a single crochet. And then that next stitch, you're going to do a single crochet increase, and you're going to repeat this pattern all the way around for row 1. Now, because I don't have that much left to show, I don't know why it keeps doing that. Alright, now I ended on a single crochet, so I'm just going to, again, you always want a single crochet in that stitch with the stitch marker. Now for rows 2 through 15, you're just going to single crochet in every stitch around. Now again, you can do a shorter row, a shorter arm, or a longer arm. It's up to you. You could do less rows or more rows. It's entirely up to you, but I did for rows 2 through 15, I did 1 single crochet in every stitch around to make the arms. And of course, you're going to want to make 2 of those. And let me see. And we'll just do the arms first. I'm trying to jump ahead too quickly. All right, now for the legs, the legs are made the same way as the arms, except I hope I said that right. For the arms, I always miss this. For row 1 was an increase in single crochet and repeat. For rows 2 through 15, I hope I said that. You're going to single crochet around. For the legs, it's the same thing, a magic circle, the 8 single crochet. They're made the same exact way as the arms are, except instead of 2 through 15, you're going to do rows 2 through 8. And again, that's entirely up to you whether you want to make it longer or shorter. Now, after you've made the legs and the arms, all that it's really needs to be done is assembled, and then we're done with the project, and you can see the finished product. So I'm going to start on my legs. I've made my arms. Well, I've made 1 arm so far. And I do want to say, too, with the body, you want to make sure that they sort of hang off to the side like that. So continue your arm, make your arms and your legs, and I'll be back to assemble the whole thing with you. All right, now I'm going to start with my legs first, and stuffing them and sewing them on. I'm going to sew one on already and then sew another on camera just to so you can see where it goes and what it looks like. And the only thing that I have left to show after after we do the legs and the arms is the eyes, and then we are all finished. Now, because the legs aren't really that long, I'm not gonna stuff it that much. I'm just gonna take a little bit more and lightly stuff it at the top. And I'm gonna sew one off camera, one on camera, and I'm gonna do the same thing for the legs too. All right, so I've got one of my legs on now, and I want the other one to sit just like that. So I'm gonna try to hold it and make sure that I like the way that looks. I want mine right there. Okay, I'm gonna try to hold that. And you're just gonna go in and sew it in. Mhm. And to end it off, I go through the okay. Now the legs are sort of out like this, and what I like to do is take a really thin needle like this one and stab them through both legs to sort of shape them. Sort of like that. So that they'll be sort of shaped. So I'm going to leave that needle in. Now I'm going to join my other, I'm going to snip that off. And I'm going to join one arm, come back and show you the other arm, and then how to add on your eyes for those who don't have the buttons. So let me, and also sew in this end to the top of your head too. All right. So you want to make sure also that when you stuff your arm, leave out a little bit of the top of the arm so that when you press it against the body there, that it sits pressed against the body like that. So I'm going to sew this one on camera, and then I'm going to do my other one off camera. And for those who didn't get, who don't have the, I'm going to take this out real quick. For those who don't have the buttons and didn't have to attach your face, you can go back if you haven't already made it and make the face. And you want your arm to sit exactly right there. So let me see if I can get the, ooh, let me see if I can get this. Come on now. So I'm going to go through the very end and single crochet, sew up. go. All right. And I'm just going to sew through the other end. I'm going to go off and do another area just to have that. And there we go. All right, I'm going to add my other arm. And then I will be back. All right, so this is the face that I made. And to make the eyes, you're going to want to string your black yarn through your yarn needle. And you want to go in from the back of it and go however high you want it to be. I'm going to put it right there. Okay. So you've got that one. I'm going to undo this. You're going to want to take that off your hook. And I'm going to do the other one, and I'm just going to see what it looks like. You'll probably have to do this twice, depending on how you want your eyes to look. But now I'm going to go off to the other side. Again, go back through the back. Pull this out. Is that even? No, it's not. Hold on. Put it right. That's even, I think, now. And then go up. Let me see right through there. Let's see. Now it is going to look slightly different, but there you go. And if you want to go back and string it back again and redo it, you can. But that's just a way of making the little slits for the eyes. And because this will be glued in, you can just sew in these ends or just tie them and sew them off and just glue it directly like that. So after that, I'm going to join my head to this one. And my glue gun's getting hot, and I'll be back with the finished product. All right, here is the final product of the Fall Guys. Like I said, you can make it any color. It doesn't have to be any specific color. This was my first one that I made, and of course, this was the one I made on camera. But of course, you'll also see the finished and final product in the thumbnail. So yeah, it's a just quick and easy little cute tutorial. But yeah, I thank you for visiting my channel, and I will see you very soon. Bye. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I just let you fall. Oh, Fall Guys.